Well, welcome. Without any further ado, we're talking about leaders is Will Brewer. So let's make this event possible with the proclamation by the Halifax Old Town Crier. Will Brewer, who not only hails Marco Polo, but he also hails from Fredericton, New Brunswick. He was named the official Halifax Old Town Crier in 2018 when he was in his early 30s. Will was the first person with Down syndrome to be named an official town crier in Canada, as well as the youngest town crier in Nova Scotia. Will has a long history of activism for people with disabilities, using his own lived experience to instill confidence in others. His pop-up theater and event planning business, Planet 21, puts social change and Down syndrome at the core of its business. Its business model includes hiring employees and volunteers with Down syndrome who will serve customers and perform live theater. Will currently serves as the advocacy president for the Halifax, Nova Scotia Down Syndrome Society. And earlier this year, Ernst & Young and the Canadian Gay and Lesbian Chamber of Commerce team awarded Will with the Social Impact Entrepreneur Award, which is the first of its kind award. Hello, good job, yeah. So to proclaim United Nations International Day of Persons with Disabilities, please welcome the Halifax Old Town Crier, Will Brewer. I will also read his visual description. Will is a medium-sized, mid-aged man with a balding head. He's wearing a signature town crier outfit with a black tricorn hat, golden trim, an overcoat black cape lined with gold embroidery on the right side of the pin of the Queen Elizabeth II and King Charles, and black pants, a red chamber bun, and shoes that a leprechaun would wear. Well, it's on to you, Will. On to you. Oh. December 3rd is a day to promote an understanding of disability issues and mobilize support for the dignity, rights, and well-being of persons with disabilities. And 1 in 5 Nova Scotians over the age of 15 identify as a person with a disability. We gathered here today to acknowledge the historical challenges, the current initiatives, and the future of full participation of persons with disabilities. Therefore, on behalf of Mayor Andy Fillmore and Halifax Regional Council, I recognize December 3rd as International Day of Persons with Disabilities. God save the King in all his glory. Thank you, Will. I think we all can agree that Will brings an incredible amount of passion and energy and enthusiasm to this important role in Halifax town. To bring official greetings from Halifax Regional Municipality, please welcome Cathy O'Toole, Chief Administrative Officer of Halifax Regional Municipality. Halifax is one of the fastest growing cities in Canada. Thank you.
Thank you, Angela. I'm pleased to be here on behalf of Mayor Andy Fillmore and the Halifax Regional Council. I'm Cathy O'Toole. I'm the Chief Administrative Officer. Mayor Fillmore and Council are actually at City Hall today because Council is sitting at 10 o'clock this morning. So my apologies, I can't remain with you, but I'll be leaving to go join with them. I'm thrilled that there's many HRM staff here, including Melissa Myers, our accessibility advisor, who's already been mentioned and is a rock star. I am a white woman with blonde hair and glasses. I'm approximately 5 feet 6 inches tall. I'm wearing a blazer and pants. I have to say, my clothes aren't as flashy or as exciting or stylish as many of the people who've spoken before me. And I'm pleased to be here. Whereas there are over 1 billion people living in the world with some form of disability, persons with disabilities not only face physical barriers, but also social, economic, and attitudinal barriers. Persons with disabilities are the world's largest minority group. Persons with disabilities and the issue of disability have remained largely invisible in the mainstream development framework and its processes. On March 11th, 2010, Canada ratified the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, with Nova Scotia providing its support. This year's theme, Amplifying the Leadership of Persons with Disabilities for an Inclusive and Sustainable Future, reflects the current provincial political and policy context, in particular, national and provincial accessibility legislation, and the need to create momentum for improving accessibility by 2030. The theme seeks to amplify the centrality of the leadership role of persons with disabilities in all these efforts, from the local to the global. As outlined in the UN CRPD, the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities contains 8 guiding principles and 30 articles. Article 28, Adequate Standard of Living and Social Protection, states, parties recognize the right of persons with disabilities to an adequate standard of living for themselves and their families, including adequate food, clothing, and housing, and to the continuous improvement of living conditions, and shall take appropriate steps to safeguard and promote the realization of this right without discrimination on the basis of disability. Therefore, be it resolved that I, Mayor Andy Fillmore, on behalf of Halifax Regional Council, on the day of International Day of Persons with Disabilities, do hereby proclaim December 3rd, 2024 as International Day of Persons with Disabilities in Halifax, and that as a municipality, we can promote the participation of individuals with disabilities in leadership positions. Dated at Halifax, Nova Scotia, this 3rd day of December, 2024, by Mayor Andy Fillmore. Thank you.
Thank you, Cathy.